Heartland Season 19, Episode 6 looks absolutely devastating. After everything Amy has been through, the heartbreak, the betrayal, and the chaos with Nathan's sister, you'd think things might finally calm down. But no, this next episode promises to tear everything apart once again. The trailer alone screams disaster. It's dark, emotional, and full of moments that make you realize just how fragile Amy's world has become. And this time, it's not just about her career or reputation. It's about her entire life falling apart right before her eyes. The look on Amy's face in the trailer says it all. She's about to lose something, or someone that means everything to her. So, what exactly happens in episode 6 that makes it the most heartbreaking moment of the entire season? Let's break it all down because things in Hudson are about to get very, very personal. In episode 6, the fallout from the scandal with Nathan's sister continues to haunt Amy. Even though she managed to clear her name and prove that she wasn't responsible for the horses falling ill, the damage has already been done. Her reputation is barely recovering, and she can feel the cold distance from the people she once trusted. The ranch feels quieter now. Too quiet, actually. You can sense that something is off. That uneasy calm before another storm. And just as Amy tries to focus on rebuilding her career, the universe decides to test her again. This time, it hits her where it hurts the most. Spartan. The trailer shows glimpses of Amy sitting by Spartan's stall late at night, her face pale, her eyes full of fear. The once strong horse that carried her through everything, her grief, her triumphs, her healing, is now lying weak, almost lifeless. The vet's words echo like a nightmare. He's not responding like he used to. Amy's heart shatters right there. For her, Spartan isn't just a horse. He's a piece of her past, the last connection to tie, and the symbol of everything she's fought for. Losing him would mean losing a part of herself. But this isn't the only storm she's about to face. Nathan's guilt over his sister's actions grows heavier, and instead of fixing things, he starts pulling away from Amy. He doesn't say it outright, but you can feel it in his tone. He's ashamed, conflicted, and scared of losing Amy's trust completely. And Amy, despite everything, still wants to believe there's hope for them. That maybe, after all the drama, they can still find peace together. But the trailer hints otherwise. We see flashes of heated arguments, tense silences, and that painful look in Amy's eyes when she realizes Nathan might not be the person she thought he was. Then there's the question of Jack. He's been the rock of Heartland for so long, but even he seems shaken this time. The trailer teases a moment where Jack tells Amy, "You can't save everyone, Amy. Sometimes you have to let go." That line alone sends chills down your spine. It's the kind of advice that sounds wise but cuts deep, especially for Amy, who's built her entire life on saving horses, people, and relationships. Letting go has never been her strength. And now, she's forced to face that truth head on. What makes episode 6 so powerful is that it's not just about losing something tangible. It's about Amy confronting her deepest fears. The fear of failure, the fear of abandonment, the fear that no matter how much she gives, life will always find a way to take something back. It's a painful but honest part of her journey, one that reminds viewers why Heartland has stayed so emotionally gripping after all these years. The trailer leaves us with haunting imagery. Amy standing in the rain, looking toward the mountains, her voice breaking as she whispers, "Please, don't take him from me." Whether she's talking about Spartan or Nathan, we don't know yet. But one thing's clear. Episode 6 will change everything for her. If there's one thing Heartland does best, it's showing us that healing isn't a straight path. It's messy, unpredictable, and full of heartbreak. And for Amy Fleming, this next chapter will push her to the edge of her strength. The question now is, can she survive another loss? Episode 6 of Heartland Season 19 is shaping up to be one of those episodes that you can't forget even long after the credits roll. The trailer paints a devastating picture of Amy's breaking point, one that seems to test not just her patience, but her faith in everything she believes in. After Spartan's health scare, Amy becomes consumed with guilt. She's barely sleeping, barely eating, and she's constantly by Spartan's side, hoping for a miracle. You can feel her desperation through every second. The trailer shows her pacing back and forth in the barn, whispering softly to Spartan, her voice trembling as she says, "You've always fought for me. Please, just fight one more time." It's the kind of scene that hits you right in the chest, because deep down, Everyone who's watched Amy grow knows that losing Spartan would be like losing the last piece of her soul that still connects her to Ty. Meanwhile, Hudson itself feels heavier. There's this somber tone in the air, as if everyone knows that something terrible is about to happen. Even Jack seems quieter, spending more time alone in the fields, watching Amy from afar with that worried look only he can give. Lou tries to step in, trying to distract Amy, urging her to take a break. But Amy refuses. It's not just stubbornness, it's fear. She believes that if she looks away for even a moment, she might lose Spartan forever. And as much as we admire her strength, we also see how it's slowly consuming her. Then comes Nathan. The trailer hints at a deeply emotional confrontation between him and Amy. He shows up at Heartland unexpectedly, clearly torn. His guilt over his sister's actions has reached a boiling point, and you can see that he's trying to make things right. But he has no idea where to start. When he finally approaches Amy, the air between them is thick with unspoken pain. Amy looks exhausted, her eyes red, her voice raw. Nathan tries to apologize again, saying that he never meant for any of this to happen, but Amy doesn't respond. Instead, she just stares at him, her face filled with both anger and sadness. You can feel that she wants to forgive him, but something inside her just can't. Too much has happened. Too much trust has been broken. What makes this scene so heartbreaking is how real it feels. Amy isn't angry in the loud, dramatic way we sometimes see on TV. She's quietly devastated. The kind of pain that doesn't need shouting. It just lingers in silence. When Nathan tries to comfort her, she steps back. And for the first time, we see Amy choosing distance over connection. That moment says everything. But the real shock comes when Nathan reveals something that completely changes how Amy sees the entire situation. In a brief but intense moment in the trailer, he admits that he's been hiding something about his sister, that she might not have acted alone in sabotaging Amy's horses. There's a bigger plan, a name he hesitates to say, and the look on Amy's face is pure disbelief. This twist opens up a new layer to the story. It's not just about jealousy or revenge anymore. There's something darker at play. Someone else might be targeting Amy, and the reasons might go far beyond personal vendettas. As Amy processes this, you can sense her shifting from heartbreak to determination. She's not the kind of person who stays broken for long. The trailer hints at her making a difficult choice: protect Spartan or uncover the truth, but both paths come with pain. The voiceover teases her saying, "If I have to lose something to protect what matters, I'll do it." It's chilling because it shows that Amy is ready to fight, even if it means breaking herself in the process. By the end of the trailer, the tone shifts into something hauntingly tense. We hear a storm rolling in, both literally and metaphorically. The camera focuses on the barn lights flickering as thunder rumbles in the distance. Amy is shown sitting beside Spartan, tears streaming down her face, while Nathan stands outside in the rain, watching, unsure if he should go in. It's a perfect reflection of where they both are, so close, yet completely broken apart. Episode 6 is clearly going to be about loss and resilience. It's about Amy realizing that not everything can be saved, no matter how much love or effort she gives. And yet it's also about finding hope in the ashes, because that's what Heartland has always been about. Amy's pain feels unbearable, but it's through this pain that she might rediscover her strength. As the trailer fades to black, you hear her whisper, "I won't give up on him. Not now. Not ever." And that's the moment you realize, no matter how devastating Episode 6 becomes, Amy Fleming will fight until the very end. Episode 6 takes the heartbreak we've seen building all season and pushes it to a whole new level. The trailer doesn't show everything outright, but what it does reveal paints a picture of an episode that will leave fans speechless. The mood across Heartland Ranch feels heavier than ever, as if grief itself has taken root in the air. You can practically feel Amy's exhaustion in every frame. Her hair messy, her eyes swollen, her voice trembling as she talks to Spartan. She's been through hard times before, but this is different. This time the pain feels deeper, sharper, and more personal than ever. We see in the trailer that Spartan's condition continues to worsen despite all of Amy's efforts. The vet warns her that there's only so much they can do, and that maybe it's time to start preparing herself for the worst. But Amy refuses to even consider it. She shakes her head and insists, no, he's going to make it. He always does. That one line captures Amy perfectly. Her determination, her denial, and her desperate hope all wrapped together. You can tell she's clinging not just to Spartan's life, but to what he represents. But Heartland has never been just about loss. It's about the people who stand together when things fall apart. The trailer gives us small glimpses of that, too. Lou arrives at the ranch, visibly emotional but determined to help. She tells Amy she's called in a specialist from Calgary, someone who might be able to help Spartan. For a brief moment, there's hope again. Amy's eyes light up, but it's fragile hope, like a candle in the wind. You can tell she's terrified of letting herself believe it, afraid that if she hopes too hard, it'll hurt even more if things go wrong. Then comes the twist that nobody saw coming. Near the end of the trailer, Amy finds something strange in Spartan's feed, something that doesn't belong there. It's subtle, but her expression says it all. Confusion turns into realization, then into horror. Could someone have tampered with Spartan's food? The thought alone sends chills down your spine. This isn't just nature taking its course. This feels deliberate. The timing, the symptoms, the connection to Nathan's sister, suddenly everything starts to line up. Amy's heartbreak turns into suspicion. She remembers Nathan's vague warning about his sister not acting alone, and now she's convinced someone is trying to hurt her, and they're using Spartan to do it. This revelation gives the story a darker tone than we've seen all season. Heartland has always dealt with drama and emotion, but rarely with something that feels this sinister. Amy's pain quickly transforms into determination. The trailer shows her storming out of the barn, eyes burning with anger, whispering, "I'm going to find out who did this." And that's when the music swells. Not the soft emotional score we usually hear, but something darker, faster, full of urgency. You can tell episode 6 isn't just about heartbreak anymore. It's turning into a mystery. Nathan, of course, gets caught in the middle once again. Amy confronts him, her voice shaking but sharp. She accuses him of hiding something, of knowing more than he's admitting. He tries to defend himself, saying he warned her, but that he doesn't have proof either. The tension between them explodes as Amy demands the truth. The trailer cuts just before we hear his answer, leaving viewers hanging on a knife's edge. But one thing's certain, whatever secret Nathan's been keeping, it's connected to Spartan's sudden illness. As the scene fades, we get a final haunting glimpse. Amy back in the barn, kneeling beside Spartan, tears streaming down her face as she whispers, "Hold on, boy. Just a little longer." The music fades out, replaced by the sound of rain hitting the roof. It's quiet, too quiet, and that stillness feels like the calm before a devastating storm. Episode 6 isn't just another emotional chapter in Amy's story. It's a turning point. The trailer promises heartbreak, betrayal, and a shocking discovery that could change everything for Amy, Nathan, and even the entire Heartland family. Whatever happens next, one thing is clear: nothing will ever be the same again. The intensity of Heartland Season 19. Episode 6 reaches a boiling point as the emotional weight finally breaks through every wall Amy has built around herself. The trailer hints that everything she's been holding in, the grief, the fear, the guilt, and the anger, is about to explode. The tone completely shifts from quiet heartbreak to raw confrontation. And this time, Amy isn't the one quietly suffering in silence. She's ready to fight back, no matter what it costs. We see flashes of her racing through the rain, her boots covered in mud, her face streaked with tears. The determination in her eyes is unmistakable. She's piecing everything together now. The illness, Nathan's warning, the strange powder in Spartan's feed. It all points to a betrayal that goes deeper than anyone imagined. Amy knows that Nathan's sister wasn't working alone. Someone else had a hand in this. Someone who wanted to see her fail completely. But the question is, who would go that far? The trailer teases a scene where Amy storms into Nathan's barn, her voice shaking with rage. Nathan looks caught off guard, clearly not expecting her to show up like this. She demands answers, shouting, "You said there was more to the story. Tell me who did this." The silence that follows is unbearable. Nathan hesitates. He's torn between protecting someone he loves and doing what's right. His hesitation alone says it all. Amy realizes he knows the truth, and that realization cuts deeper than any lie ever could. She steps back, her expression shifting from fury to heartbreak. "You knew," she whispers, voice cracking. "You knew, and you said nothing." That's the moment when Nathan finally breaks. He admits that he suspected his sister might have been manipulated by someone else, someone who promised to help her get back at Amy but had their own agenda. And when Amy presses for a name, Nathan finally says it. A local horse breeder who lost several clients after Amy's success and blamed her for ruining his business. It's a shocking revelation, but it fits perfectly. Suddenly, all the strange coincidences make sense. The timing of the horse illnesses, the rumors, the gossip that spread like wildfire. Amy realizes that she's been the target of a calculated attack, designed not only to destroy her career, but to break her spirit. This truth hits her like a punch to the chest. It's devastating, but it also reignites that fire inside her. Amy refuses to be a victim any longer. The trailer shows her walking back to Spartan's stall, gently brushing his mane, whispering, "We're going to fight this. Together." It's the quiet resilience that defines her character, the same unshakable strength that's carried her through every storm since Ty's death. Meanwhile, we see Jack take a more active role in the situation. In a particularly powerful moment, he visits the breeder Nathan mentioned, confronting him directly. The trailer doesn't show much of the conversation, but Jack's expression says it all. This isn't just about Amy anymore. It's about protecting the family, the ranch, and everything Heartland stands for. Jack's loyalty and quiet rage add another emotional layer to the story. He's always been Amy's shield, and once again, he steps up to defend her. Not with violence, but with that calm, unshakable authority that makes him who he is. But as the truth comes to light, the damage between Amy and Nathan becomes almost irreparable. Even though Nathan helps her uncover the real culprit, his silence for so long feels like a betrayal she can't easily forgive. The trailer shows one of their most painful moments yet. Nathan standing in the rain outside the barn, begging Amy to let him explain, while she turns away, tears in her eyes. "You had a choice," she says softly, "and you didn't choose me." It's not loud or dramatic, but the quiet heartbreak in her voice makes it one of the most gut-wrenching moments in the series. The tension builds as the trailer shows Amy preparing to take Spartan to a specialist. The storm outside mirrors the chaos inside her. The flickering lights, the wind howling through the barn, everything feels symbolic, as if nature itself is echoing her pain. Lou and Jack help her load Spartan into the trailer, and for a brief second, it feels like the entire family is holding its breath. Will he make it through the night? Will Amy finally get justice for what's been done to her? The questions linger, heavy and unanswered. The trailer's final seconds deliver the biggest emotional blow. As Amy's truck drives away through the rain, we hear her voice in the background saying, "No matter what happens next, I'll never stop fighting for him." The screen cuts to black just as thunder cracks across the sky, leaving viewers in total suspense. It's unclear if Spartan will survive, if Amy will ever forgive Nathan, or if this new enemy will finally be exposed for good. But one thing's certain, Episode 6 will be the emotional peak of the season, and nothing in Amy's life will ever be the same again.